Tony Stark has worn a wide range of Iron Man suits in the MCU, from the traditional to the most eccentric. In this video, we will showcase the mind-blowing suit and armor worn by Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you don't want to miss any details, keep watching the video. Number 1. Mark 1-3. Mark 1 armor marked the beginning of everything. Tony recreated the suit in a cave using scrap metal and machine parts with Ho Yinson's help. The massive, unpainted costume recalls the comic book Iron Man armor he wore for a long time. However, the film version was quickly strewn across the deserts and retrieved by Obadiah Stane to create the Iron Man manga group. Tony returned to America to discuss Mark II and the first Iron Man concept. A high-altitude test flight showed a freezing issue. Therefore, this suit performed similarly to the Mark I. Like Mark I, this suit was taken. Tony Stark reclaims it in Iron Man 3 after James Rhodes took it in Iron Man 2 to make the Silver War Machine armor. Hot Rod Red with the Mark III and the first Iron Man colors were added. This armor used gold titanium alloy and palm repulses to tackle the Phase II's temperature problem. After the Ironmonger conflict, this armor was destroyed. Number 2. Mark 4-5. Mark IV was constructed as a straight replacement for the Mark III and appears quite identical, but don't assume that the genius billionaire philanthropist had run out of ideas since he was simultaneously developing the Mark V. This was the first suit created with portability in mind. It was lighter than all prior suits and could even be folded into a briefcase-like shape. Mark V needed a number of the armaments seen on earlier and later suits, and its small plates rendered it less effective at fending off incoming attacks. Number 3. Mark 6-7. Mark VI was the first suit built to work with the new arc reactor, making it stronger than any of its predecessors. Interestingly, this is also the first armor to be repaired after a fight, rather than simply being decommissioned. Although it was severely damaged in Iron Man 2, we can see it back in action at the beginning of the Avengers They Can Use Reindeer games. This certification was a significant development for the Iron Man, allowing automatic deployment and assembly, faster flying, and updated armaments. However, it still had its restrictions, and launching a nuclear bomb through a portal into space was enough to shut down the systems. Mark VII was Tony's default armor for a considerable time as he worked on the Iron Legion of suits. Number 4. Mark 8-14. After the events of the Battle of New York, Tony hurriedly began developing new Iron Man suits. A total of 33 suits of armor, each with its unique abilities and qualities, was built over the next few months and made an appearance in the climactic Battle of Iron Man 3 as standard party fare. Jarvis's plan was to forcefully disable extreme heat signatures. The Marks 8-14 had more powerful cannons than their forebears, and some even had improved flight and armor. Number 5. Mark 15-21. The first stealth suit was the Mark 15. It evaded most radar systems because of stealth technology and anti-radar devices. The Mark 16 is lighter and difficult to notice. The Mark 17, also known as the Heartbreaker, was designed to repel attacks by leveraging its massive heart core to unleash more powerful blasts and even create a barrier. Because it incorporates features from earlier models, Mark 18 is nearly undetectable and can shoot repulsion blasts. Mark 19 was capable of speeds that produced a sonic boom. The Mark 20 was designed to go farther than any prior suit without sacrificing speed. Again, speed was a top priority for Mark 21, but this time it came with increased risk as it breached the sound barrier. Number 6. Mark 22-26. The Mark 22 was created as a prototype for a roadie to serve as an upgrade to the basic armor of the War Machine. As one of the early suits, the Mark 23 was created with little regard for combat. It was equipped with basic repulsion systems and multiple layers of heat-resistant armor to sustain severe temperatures. Mark 24, often known as the tank, was meant to withstand great punishment and last an extended period. It was mobile, but mobility wasn't even its best characteristic. The Mark 25, albeit capable of battle, was primarily built for use in heavy construction and came equipped with 2 jackhammers. Almost identical to Mark 25, the Mark 26 provides enhanced gamma radiation protection. Number 7. Mark 27 to 30. Mark 27, codenamed Disco, is one of the most conspicuous color schemes, but strangely, it also gave some of the finest concealment because it was able to mimic like a chameleon the Mark 20, a codenamed camouflage scheme. Jack was constructed to survive high radiation levels but lacks most other functions. Mark 29 was other construction-based suit, but unlike Mark 25 and Mark 26, it had one arm free, allowing it to roam around a building site and conduct other duties much more quickly. The Mark 30 was dubbed Blue Steel and could operate for extended periods without recharging. It also had piston-coated hidden blades in its arms. Number 8. Mark 31 to 40. The Mark 31 combines the earliest supersonic flight capabilities with the Mark 30's long charge duration. Mark 32 was named Romeo of its enhanced and oversized chest repulsor. Mark 33 was one of the few suits Tony could use and included features from earlier suits, such as a hidden arm blade. Marks 34 and 35 were designed to withstand natural disasters and aid in the rescue of people. Code-designated Peacemaker Mark 36 was created to calm disturbances and regulate crowds. Mark 37 had a new focus on underwater operation and travel and could withstand enormous pressure. Mark 38 was all about brute strength and was the first suit to resemble what would later become the Hulk Buster armor. However, this suit had a minimal focus on combat and was instead designed to handle the heavy lifting. Mark 40 was a straight upgrade to Mark 22 and could withstand supersonic flight without disintegrating. Number 9. Mark 40 to 43. Finally, the Mark 41 was lightweight and agile. Iron Man 3's battle or Tony's start-over approach after the fire destroyed the initial Iron Man army. The messy, clean slate protocol has brought the holidays early. Iron Legion is a comic book reference. War Machine handed everyone, including Happy Hogan and Iron Man, outfits to battle Ultimo. Small says all the armor in this Iron Legion was manufactured for him in the film. From Iron Man 3 to Age of Ultron, Tony created a new set of unwearable suits to replace the Jarvis-controlled Iron Legion. Iron Man 3's man-suit was Mark 42. Tony could summon the armor by waving his hand. When he killed Aldrich Killian, he destroyed the prototype suit he had Pepper use to save him. Number 10. Mark 44 to 50. The Mark 44 or Hulk Buster armor was developed to control a raging Hulk. The Mark 46 uniform used during the Civil War was an enhancement from Mark 45 in several ways. Interestingly, it takes cues from the Hulk Buster by using several arc reactors to power individual components, resulting in a suit with significantly more strength than its predecessor. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Tony wears a Mark 47 suit. It's virtually identical to the Mark 46 except for the paint job, which takes inspiration from the Ultimate Universe Iron Tech armor and appears to have the same abilities as a vast majority of previous suits. Since the new Hulk Buster armor seen in Avengers Infinity War must be the Mark 50 prototype, we can safely assume that the Mark 48 and 49 still need to be officially acknowledged. As the first suit to use nanotechnology for quick doning and other combat uses, Tony's Mark 50 is a significant upgrade. The nanites can be shaped into a wide range of tools such as shields, firearms, hammers, and swords. So which Iron Man suit was your favorite? Did you prefer the traditional design of the early films or the more sophisticated and evolved designs of the more current flicks? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content such as this.